Hi, this is Eric Parts Doctor, and today we're going to show you just how easy it is to diagnose why your LG washer may not be draining properly. These instructions also apply to some Kenmore models that were manufactured by LG. These Kenmore models have 796 as the first three digits of their model number. The first thing to check will be the washer's filter. Caution, when removing these parts, water will leak from the washer, so have a mop, towel, or wet vac ready. Start by opening the filter's door by depressing the tab. Next, remove the hose from the retainer. With a bucket and towel nearby, unscrew the cap of the hose and let the water drain out. When draining your washer, be careful as you will be draining all the water out of it. You may need to use a bigger bucket or a wet vac to get all the water without spilling it. With a wet vac or towel nearby, unscrew the filter till water leaks from it and use the wet vac or towel to clean up the water till the filter is done draining. Then, finish unscrewing the filter and remove it from the washer. Now, with the filter removed, it is a good time to clean it. If you see any cracked or damaged parts, the whole assembly will need to be replaced. Then, we'll check the washer's drain hose. The washer's drain hose connects to the washer and moves dirty water from the washer to the house's plumbing. To test the drain hose, we'll blow into the end of the hose that was connected to the house. You should be able to hear air movement through the hose with little to no resistance. If you feel any resistance, the drain hose may be clogged and may need to be replaced. Next, we'll check the power being supplied to the drain pump from the main control board. For this test, we'll be working with live electricity, so use extreme caution. When working inside the washer, be careful as it has sharp edges. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove these two screws on the back of the washer. Then, slide the top panel back about half an inch and lift it up to remove it. If you are having problems removing the top panel, try sliding it forward slightly to lift it up. For this test, we'll need access to the main control board. To do that, we'll need to remove the pressure sensor from the cover. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the one screw holding the sensor to the cover and carefully set that inside the washer. Then, using a flathead screwdriver, gently prime the top three retainers holding the cover to the washer's frame. You may need to use a screwdriver to release the retainer on the side to remove the cover. Now, locate the blue connector on the board here. Reach under the connector and depress the retaining tab and pull it off of the board. Here is a side view of the connector to see the retainer that you are trying to depress. Then, using a small flathead screwdriver, gently remove the terminal position clip by prying the retainers on the side of the clip. Then, gently reconnect the clip to the main control board. Now, turn your multimeter to the voltage setting. This is normally indicated with a V with a wavy line above it. Find the red connector here with the yellow, blue, brown, and gray connector. Then insert one of the probes into the brown wire on this clip and the other probe into the black wire on the blue clip. Now reconnect power to the washer. On the front of the washer, press the spin speed button and press start. The washer will then start a spin cycle and run the drain pump. Your multimeter should read around 120 volts. If it does not, the main control board may be bad and should be replaced. Next, we'll remove the drain pump and inspect it. Caution, when removing these parts, water will leak from the washer, so have a mop, towel, or wet vac ready. The door lock assembly is located here. Depress the locking tab and pull down on it to remove it from the door lock. Next, on the front of the washer, fully extend the detergent drawer. Then, depress the retaining tab here and remove the drawer. Using a Phillips screwdriver, remove the two screws on the front of the control panel. Next, on the back of the washer's control panel assembly, remove the Phillips head screw located here. Then, lift up on the control panel while you rotate the top of it away from the washer to release the retaining tabs. carefully set the control panel on top of the washer as it is still connected by electrical connectors. Next, remove the 2 screws holding the filter access cover in place. Then, gently prime the top of the filter's housing to remove it. Next, remove the screw here on the bottom of the front panel. Then, open the washer's door. Open the gasket clamp and remove it from the door. If you don't have a gasket clamp pliers, you can use a flathead screwdriver to gently pry up on the edge of the spring to slide it out of the gasket. Gently remove the door boot seal from the front panel and push it into the tub of the washer. Then close the door and remove the 5 remaining screws holding the front panel on. Then tilt the front panel away from the washer so that these retaining tabs on the bottom release. Next, set the front panel aside for later. Next, using slip joint pliers, remove the hose clamp holding the drain hose onto the drain pump. Then, carefully remove the hose. Then, depress the clamp on the tub to pump drain hose and remove the clamp. Then, remove the hose. Then, using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove these 2 screws on the front of the washer's frame. Next, behind the drain pump, there will be a small locking tab that you'll have to depress before sliding the drain pump and housing back. Then, remove the drain pump from the washer, being careful as it is still connected by electrical connectors. Then, remove both electrical connectors from the drain pump. Next, carefully remove the wires from the retainers on the pump housing. Next, separate the drain pump from the pump housing by removing these 3 Phillips head screws. Then, inspect the impeller of the drain pump. You should be able to spin the impeller by hand, but it should not spin freely and should have some resistance. Check to make sure that the impellers are not damaged or cracked. If it is, the drain pump should be replaced. Even if the drain pump passes a visual inspection, the motor or electrical components inside the pump could still be damaged. Next, we'll check the drain pump's resistance with a multimeter. With the drain pump removed, we'll need a multimeter set to the ohm setting. Then, touch 1 probe to each of the terminals on the drain pump. The pump should test anywhere between 10 to 20 ohms of resistance. If the drain pump tests outside of this range, it may be bad and should be replaced. Before reinstalling the drain pump, we'll check the tub-to-pump drain hose. To check, we'll gently squeeze on it to ensure there's nothing stuck inside. If you run into any part of the hose that does not squeeze, you'll need to remove the hose from the washer and remove any objects stuck inside. If you notice any cracks or damage to the tub-to-pump hose, it should be replaced. If your washer's passed all of these tests and you've still not found any issues, you'll want to inspect the wiring harness. The wiring harness connects the main control board to all of the components on the washer. If any part of the wiring harness is damaged or corroded, it will need to be replaced. If you need to purchase any of these new parts, you can check out our website, partsactor.com. We'll leave a link in the description below. You want to make sure that you're searching with the model number from the tag on your washer to make sure you get the correct part. And that's it for today's video. Let us know down in the comments below why your washer wasn't draining.